Hello, my name is Emma Thompson, and this is my Bloomberg Project for Finance 381. The first scenario we are given is that we are a small bank in Hammond, Louisiana, and we will be giving a $6 million loan to a company of our choice. The companies we must choose between are Apple, HP or Hewlett-Packard, and Lamar Advertising Company. In order to determine which company we should select for the loan, we must evaluate a couple different ratios. The first one that we'll evaluate is the current ratio of each company. The current ratio measures your company's ability to generate cash to meet short-term financial commitments. It's also known as the working capital ratio, and it's calculated by dividing your current assets, such as cash and inventory and receivables, by your current liabilities. By looking at this chart, we can see that HP is steadily and constantly improving their current ratio, and this would indicate that they have the ability to pay off their short-term loans. According to this chart alone, HP would be the most favorable option to give the loan to, but we must look at some other ratios to determine if they are indeed the correct company to choose. We will now look at the quick ratios of the three companies. The quick ratio measures your ability to access cash quickly to support immediate demands. It's kind of known as the acid test of finance, and it excludes inventory. And you divide your current assets, excluding inventory, by current liabilities. And a ratio of 1 or greater is generally acceptable, but depending on the industry, it can vary. And upon looking at the quick ratios, we can determine that HP is once again has the most favorable pattern. And Lamar is just gradually decreasing, which isn't favorable. And Apple's quick ratio is a little bit volatile, so this isn't ideal for someone who is looking to give a loan. Upon observing the cash ratios, we can see that HP is once again the most favorable option. The cash ratio isn't very different from the quick ratio that we just looked at, and it's looking as though HP will be our option to give the loan to. If I were the small bank in Hammond, I would give the $6 million loan to Hewlett-Packard. And in second place, I would give it to Apple, and third, Lamar. The next scenario we are given is we are asked to decide who we would give a 5-year loan to. Would we rather give it to Apple, Lamar, or HP? And the loan is for approximately $1 million. The first ratio we'll look at is the total debt ratio. The total debt ratio is found by dividing the total assets by total liabilities, and here we can see that Apple has the most favorable total debt ratio. Apple would be much more able to pay off its debts, and it is not hanging on to too much extra cash. It's also important to remember that if you have too high of a total debt ratio, that means that you're not allocating your funds very well. The next ratio we will be looking at is the times interest earned ratio. This is found by dividing EBIT by your interest expense, and based on the times interest earned ratio, HP would be the most favorable company to grant the 5-year loan to. Based on equity multiplier, HP would be the most favorable company to give the loan to because it's gradually and slowly increasing. Who gets the 5-year loan? I think that HP would be the most favorable option, Apple coming in second, and Lamar coming in third. The final scenario that we are given is that we want to buy half of a company. When looking to purchase a big portion of a company, it's extremely important that you look at the return on assets because this tells you how a company is utilizing exactly what it has. And we can tell from here that Lamar would be the most favorable option because they've been increasing for the past several years, HP had a huge dip at year 2, which wouldn't be favorable, and they aren't really improving very much, and Apple has steadily decreased. So based on this, I would purchase half of Lamar, in second place HP, and third Apple. The following slides are just a reference to show where exactly I got my data from and how I'm determining where these graphs are getting their data. I thought that this project was a great way to end our finance class. It really provided me with a full roundabout of the knowledge that we learned. It showed me how to use our information in a practical manner in life, and I'm really excited at all of the information I learned during this project.